Okay, I'm back. Hi everyone, it's me, Kat. Is there anybody there? Is there anybody there? Is there anybody there? Okay, what I was saying just now before I got disconnected by the internet, I want to tell everyone that I have survived year one of the year from hell, literally. I did really well. This was a really emotional week and weekend with Gia going to school, and Saturday, of course, being the year anniversary of Zach's death. I handled it. We rose above it and overcame it. Gia is doing really well. Thursday was actually the worst day of this year. As I said earlier, other than the actual day that everything went down last year, Thursday was the worst day with her starting school. I don't think I've ever cried so much in eons. But Saturday we did good. Gia and I had a beautiful day together. We smiled and we laughed and we talked a lot about so many things. And, we both came to a place where I've been already, but Gia agrees that after everything that we knew to be the truth about Zach and the journey that he had before we found him, or he found us, however you want to look at it, the man was in so much turmoil inside of himself. And then I don't know if I've said this to many people. A few people know this, but one thing I also wanted to mention, on top of everything else that was going on with Zach, emotionally and psychologically, with all of the different things that he was fighting in his head, in the few months directly before his death, there was some really weird shit going on with him. He was talking to himself. He was hearing voices. He was seeing things that weren't there. It was tough, and it's the truth. It's the truth. Gia and I both got to witness that firsthand, which in and of itself was hard to watch. But looking back, I think that we both have rested with a place that I'm almost seeing with my own eyes and seeing with our own, witnessing the little things that we saw about that were happening with him psychologically and physiologically that were just not right. It was probably a blessing, if anything, to see all of that up close, because in the end, we can put some closure with the fact that him coming apart, his unraveling, it was real. It wasn't a made up thing. It wasn't just happenstance. It wasn't just a bad day. There was something wrong. He was sick. He was sick up in here. But what I was going to say, and Zach knew too, because we got to a point where he was losing blocks of time. He knew there was something wrong as well. He knew it. We knew it. So we started taking him to, he was in therapy once a week. He was seeing a psychologist. He was seeing the internal medicine doctor. He was seeing a psychiatrist. He had gone to have some head scans. This is what I was getting at. We took him to a neurologist to see if we could figure out what was going on. Like, why was he hearing things? He said he was hearing noises and voices in his head, and that he just could feel that there was something wrong. So we took him, and he had a full neurological workup. And then the plan was on August 23rd last year. We were supposed to be going to have his neurology scans read from the neurologist in Frisco. But obviously, when we woke up on the 23rd morning, the shit was hitting the fan, and he never made it to that appointment. So I ended up having the disc with his scans on it that just sat in my room, in my dressing room for months. Finally, I took the disc to the neurologist to have it read. And I don't know if any of you have ever heard of CTE, chronic traumatic encephalitis. That's the football player injury. It's the concussion injury. It's that physiological damage that comes to the human brain after repetitive trauma to the head. And with all of the football, we know of at least 3 concussions that Zach had in the course of his football career. My husband was a great football player, by the way. Had he not torn his meniscus, he probably would have ended up in the NFL. That's a fact. Everybody knows it. I mean, he was a tremendous athlete. But all of the hits that he took, as a matter of fact, one of the things they found on his scan, Zach actually had a fracture at the very top, the very last vertebrae that connects to his head. There was a crack there, and there was a swollen spot. So my point is, be it physiological, psychological, emotional, all this, literally my husband's head was a hornet's nest up there. And, you know, there was just so many different factors that contributed to his overall mental health and demise that we feel lucky to have those pieces of that as some closure, because had it not been for our cognitive awareness of, I mean, we saw him falling apart. I saw him talking to himself. I saw him losing track of time and not knowing where he was at certain points. And then when I saw the disc scan, I'm convinced that my husband was he was a mess up there. So it's not that I feel good about that. It's that I feel a sense of closure and a huge sense of relief and peace for him, because what was going on in his mind had to have been, it was a living nightmare. He was living in a nightmare in his own head. It's the truth. It is the truth. It is the sobering, tragic truth. I use those words a lot. There's some songs from Five Finger Death Punch that kind of go along with that theme. But yeah, he's definitely in a better place. He's out of pain. He's in peace. He's not suffering. And only God knows what was really going on inside that guy's head in the last months and in the last moment. And I feel very, very thankful that I'm thankful that my husband is home now and he's finally found his peace. And that's how I took this weekend. That's where I ended with this weekend. I ended this last year with a thankfulness, gratitude, joy, sorrow. I miss him. I miss him very much. He's, everywhere I look, in every space everywhere. My husband's everywhere. He's in every single piece of every fabric of our life, and that's never going to change. I mean, he's everywhere. Not only was he larger than life in life, he's larger than life in death, and he definitely left his mark. And it is what it is, because believe it or not, despite the way things ended, the mark that he left was fantastic. And I'm so thankful. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the 10 years, 12 years, if you count the very first day that I met him it was around 12 years ago. I'm thankful for the 12 years. I'm thankful for the joy, the ride, the gifts. I'm thankful for the man. I'm thankful for all the gifts that he left behind for us. I'm thankful for the way that he changed everything. And I really, really am. So I'm just glad I got past this year and the way that Gia came through it as well, because Gia's a miracle, guys. And I can't say it enough. So yeah, we made it through the year, and I think we're going to be okay. So, again, I'm going on a road trip today. I'm really excited about that. I can't say where I'm going because I'm going someplace that's going to be a surprise to someone that I love very, very much. No, it's not my sister, but I'll post about that later. I'm really, really excited. I'll be heading out here in a little while. In the meantime, I just wanted to say that I love everyone, and I thank you for all of the, there's bukus of texts and phone calls that I got, and I know people were worried, but you don't have to be. Look at me. I am a warrior, motivator, survivor. I am a happy girl. I am a lucky girl. I'm a blessed woman, and I can't say it enough. And I am better. The last 12 years of my life just made me so much more better. Every part of the last decade, starting with the day that I got on that plane to go to France 12 years ago, and that was the beginning of the rest of my life. And from that point on, it's been a bittersweet, amazing journey to make this right here become the truth. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful, and I'm happy, and I love everybody. I'm really thankful for all of the people who are supporting me and following me. You just stick with me because there's still good things to come. I'm never going to shut up because that's just not me. That's just not in the cards for me. I'm going to keep blabbing and blabbing and blabbing until I drive everybody out there batshit fucking crazy. Or just make you laugh, one or the other. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. Bye.